Hi, welcome to MG Decode Videos. Our today's topic is data deduplication, and it's a process to remove duplicate copies of data to have efficient storage. Well, let's take an example to understand it better. Let's assume a scenario where has a policy document and that she plans to share this document with four other employees A, B, C, and D. And if all the 4 to 5 people save their data onto the storage, the condition onto the storage would have 5 copies of the same document, leading to a lot of storage requirements and hence the cost. How data deduplication can help here is we take the same situation where A saves the copy initially. So what will happen is all further copies will just point towards the initial copy saved and hence saving onto the cost, and everybody wants to save cost these days. So to recap, file level deduplication is saves initial copy of the file and update reference point for other duplicate files to save storage. That is to eliminate duplicate copies of the file while storing. What if any user makes changes in the file? Because here we've been talking about file level deduplication, we can consider sub-file level deduplication. It works at block level for large files by removing duplicate blocks using hash functions. Well, to understand it in normal terms, we go back to our previous case where we had 5 files A, B, C, D, and our HR's copy. So if all the files are broken down into blocks, and we'll consider a situation where every file is saving 10 blocks each into the storage, which would leading to 50 blocks for all the 5 copies. And if B and C decides to make changes into the file, the situation would be something like this, where B's copy, which were initially using 10 blocks, he added 5 additional blocks, and the same goes for C. So in short, 50 blocks that were being saved earlier, now additional 10 blocks leading to 60 blocks. Well, the deduplication comes here and it does its magic. The situation changes. From initial 60 blocks, it will reduce the duplication. And just by reducing the deduplication, it will save on to the data storage cost because it will only consume 20 blocks now, as you can see here. So if you do the deduplication process at source level, it'll become source-based deduplication. Source as in where the data is generated or any place near where the data is getting generated. If you do the deduplication magic at the target-based or the target side, then it becomes a target-based deduplication. And of course, if you send the entire data first and then deduplicate, there will be a lot of bandwidth consumption. So target-based would have a lot of network bandwidth usage. Whereas on the other side, you squeeze in the data and then just share the squeezed data, there would be network bandwidth less utilized. On target side, you are deduplicating the data as and when the data arrives. You deduplicate the data and then do the storage within your SAN, NAS, the kind of storage you're using on the target side. That is called inline deduplication because the data is arriving, it is getting deduplicated, and then the storage is happening. Whereas on another scenario where you will save the data first and you'll schedule the deduplication for a later point in time. So you are initially using a lot of space and then doing the deduplication and squeezing the memory. Okay, let's go through what's written in here. On source-based deduplication, data is duplicated at the source side, as the name suggests as well. Deduplication process of analyzing data using hash 256, etc. So how it compares the data and how it decodes or codes the data, it uses the hash, and hash could be it could be using 256 or similar kind of a way to deduplicate the data. And to remove duplicate data happens at client side, so it is utilizing additional storage on the client machine. Yes, so of course, because you're doing the process on the client side, so additional resources will be used on the client side itself. And if you do it on target side, then you free up the client to do other activities. Only deduplicated data is then transferred to target storage, which saves on network bandwidth. Okay. On target-based deduplication, data is transferred from source to target storage, and then deduplication happens at target side. Examples could be SAN or NAS. Deduplication process happens while data is flowing in the storage, which is inline as I explained, or it could be scheduled for a later run and after data has been written, and it consumes more network bandwidth. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you like the video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share the video. Thank you for watching.